Usually, this is my chair. Usually, I'm in control because it is called the Sage Steele Show. However, my fiancé, Dave Barbuto, has taken over. I found out about this a couple of days ago and was told show up and don't ask any questions. So I didn't. Someone else asked questions today. Hi, babe.
Hey.
Would you want to explain why you made me do this?
Yeah, I mean, this is important to memorialize before we got married. And you know her from her longtime broadcasting career, an elite career over decades.
You said elite.
But you don't know, what you don't know is some of the other things we talked about. We talked about how we met, our families, the importance of our children in our lives, faith in God, and things that really, really matter, and what we want the next 38 plus years of our life to be like. So we really hope you enjoy this episode.
Wait, don't sign off yet.
Oh,
I want to make sure everybody knows we are taping this 48 hours before we get married. When this airs, when this drops, we will have been married for 5 days.
5 days.
So a week from today, taping day.
We'll be an old married couple.
We'll be an old married couple. Yeah, will you still be talking to me? How's it going to be? This is so special. I had no idea and was not planning on not being in control. So forgive me for what you see here. But anyway, I'll shut up.
You did a good job.
Okay. Coach coming in.
That's right.
Okay,
we hope you enjoy this episode of the Sage Steele Show. What do you don't listen? You can't. I don't tease guests, and you don't tease and mock your guests.
It's cute.
Okay. Do you know the deal with this show about socks? Are you familiar with? You have to wear socks. And
why? It's so weird.
I didn't make the rules, but I am substituting today. Sage is out, so I had to be in charge. Here are your options.
Oh, you're giving me choices?
Yeah, I gave you choices. I got mine on. They match my attire. I like this a lot.
I was going to say,
I think this one looks really good with what you're wearing.
Okay.
These are too bland. So you want to go with this one?
Well, apparently I should.
I think it's the right one.
Okay.
It looks comfy.
Interesting. Yes, they're also comfy. I noticed you have yours on. So,
I know.
Yeah. Why would you ever not? Like, it does bring out, I think, like, it relaxes everybody.
Yeah, no, I changed my mood completely when I put them on.
You feel different?
Yeah, I wasn't even ready to do this, and now I feel amazing.
What are we doing?
Listen, we're just getting ready for the big day, and we decided we were going to talk first.
Well, I didn't decide this.
That's true. David and I figured this out.
This is not. Yeah, this was not my decision or idea or anything I knew much about.
Are you nervous?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's good. What? So, how does this work? Do I just start asking you questions?
Yeah, you don't ask to ask questions. You just you're supposed to smoothly segue into it.
That's now. Okay. So have you, I was thinking about this the other day because we've never talked about this, and I love your hair. I know you got your hair done this week. It looks great.
Thank God I got it done.
It looks great.
Thanks.
And I was going to ask you, do you have names for the different hairstyles? Like when you do different things with it? Like when you put it up, when you have it down?
No, because I don't plan it. It usually ends up being based on how the curls decide to behave that day.
Yeah.
Because I should have different names for each one because
what would some of the names be?
Some of them
No.
Sorry. Like this over here, we have to bleep a lot of this. See, this is going to be a different side of me because I'm not the host.
Keep it clean, Sage. This is my first time.
Okay. They're just very, very difficult at times, but what I've done in the last few years is own it.
Yeah.
Like the good, the bad, the ugly, it is what it is. And then, like, if you give up trying to make them all perfect.
Yeah. I thought you'd have like the Whitney Houston one, the sporty one, the whatever.
I like a ponytail with bangs down.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
I do know this because this is a lot and it's hot, especially here in Tennessee or where I live in Florida too. And so it's nice to have it up, but still have a little style.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I like it when it's up.
You know how in sports, it's like, okay, you're probable, questionable, doubtful.
Yeah.
That's how I dictate. Yes,
versions.
a lot of doubtful days, and we just go with it.
On the pup
but
list.
We push through it.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're on the injured reserve for 4 weeks.
Yes, IR a lot.
That's right. What? Let's transition to sports. I think you it says here you had a small stint at ESPN.
It says here.
Yeah.
You did a lot of research.
I did a little bit of research.
A little stint.
Yeah.
Yeah.
17 years?
Almost, like 16 and a half. I usually round up because it feels like 32 since it was 16. No, it was a minute, and it was awesome.
We talk about it a lot, you and I, and just, there's a lot of great moments and a lot of hard moments. But if you had to pick like top 3 moments on ESPN, what would they be? What were the things that, like, now when it's all over, it's behind you, like, that you think about and really, really cherish?
Several. I think the one that I will always be the most grateful for was Veterans Day 2016.
Okay.
Right after the election. Mm-hmm. A controversial election in 2016.
Yeah.
And we took SportsCenter live on the road. I guess it was like most of the morning show that we did at Arlington National Cemetery.
Oh, yeah.
And it was...
Sacred place.
That's the word. Yeah, sacred. And my grandfather's buried there on my dad's side, Buffalo Soldier, Frank Steele. And I hadn't been to his gravesite since he died in 2003. Hadn't been back to Arlington National Cemetery since then. So
were your parents there with you?
Well, they happened to be in town visiting my brother in Baltimore.
Nice.
And so when we figured out, that coincidence, I was like, come by. Because they never get to... They can watch me on TV, but to be there when I'm doing TV, it never really happened.
Yeah.
Maybe once or twice during all those years at ESPN. So they're like, well, come down 95 from Baltimore. And then my producer, Tom Engel, when my parents pulled up, and he'd met my parents before, and he's like, we should really have your dad on. He offers some pretty good maybe perspective here at Arlington, with his father having been buried here and his career in the military. And I told my dad, and he's like, absolutely not. This is about you. Absolutely not.
I can see that.
And I can see, like, I can get my dad to say yes to a lot of things. I can kind of get my way with him as his little girl, no matter how old I am. But I knew the way he looked at me and his voice and his jaw, which I tend to use apparently according to my kids. Like, he was like, no. I went back to Tom. I said, he's not doing it.
Did it surprise you? Like when he said that?
That he was that adamant about it. Mm-hmm. And I told Tom that. And I said, if you want him, I said, maybe if you try, because I agree it would be really cool. Just because I was a dependent, obviously, but I was never in the military, and I thought. Yeah. So Tom convinced him to do it. Wow. And it is by far my favorite segment I ever did on ESPN, because it was live on SportsCenter. And we didn't practice it. I didn't really know what I was going to say.
Were you interviewing your dad?
I interviewed my dad live in the middle of Arlington National Cemetery, and just asked him, not as father-daughter, but asked him to, give his take on why Veterans Day is so important. Mm-hmm. And his answer was beautiful.
I'm not surprised.
Beautiful. I didn't tell him what I was going to ask him. And then something else that I said, and I think the importance of being here for him personally is what it was. Yeah. And he mentioned being here next to his little girl, which got me going, and I could see his eyes well up. And then he talked about his father buried 200 yards behind us. Yeah. And as a Buffalo Soldier, who, as a black man, he wasn't allowed at that time to be in the same division, I guess, as white soldiers.
Yeah, they had their own unit.
Yeah. And so for him to be right there, watching his son, who did have an incredible military career as well, and his granddaughter, who had this crazy dream where when my grandfather was fighting in World War II, could he have ever imagined, his granddaughter with this color skin hosting a nationally televised TV?
Yeah, from Arlington, It
was so full circle.
Pretty surreal.
Not about me, but I just felt like I was hopefully making him proud at that moment. Mm-hmm. And then we were timing it out to the end of the show. And as I was signing off, literally, the guy behind us, what was it? Someone was starting to play taps.
Oh, wow. There was a funeral going on.
There were funerals throughout the day at Arlington National Cemetery. And he started to play taps. And I was kind of tossing to him, a soldier. And as I did that and was signing off, later I learned, I looked, if I had looked over my shoulder, I would have seen a man who was at someone's gravesite.
Oh, gosh.
And he turned to hear taps. He took off his hat and he stood at attention in a green shirt and just saluted.
Wow.
And that's how he went off the air.
Wow. That's pretty wild, yeah.
I've done Super Bowls, I've done Masters, I've done World Series, I've done every sporting event, just about. And to be there at that moment, it was so much bigger than sports, so much bigger than me or my father or anything. It was just really meaningful. And I thought, it was always my dream to host that show. Never thought I'd be able to do it there with my dad by my side.
Host the Veterans Day show?
Just in general.
Yeah. Oh, you mean SportsCenter in general?
SportsCenter in general was such a dream.
Yeah.
And I have my dad standing there, my grandfather buried there.
Yeah, that's wild.
What a blessing. So other moments at the NBA Finals and all that, but I've been able to bring my family into something. And that's why no matter how things ended there, I have great personal memories like that. And as a team, my producers that day, we all produced great, memorable television.
Yeah.
And I got to be a part of that. I'm sorry, that's a very long story.
No, that's great. I mean, I think you've told me about that, but not in that detail. And I mean, I can see Colonel not wanting to do it, but then being convinced because the importance of it and the reverence for the place and his perspective certainly relevant, and he's great. He can speak to anybody and do it eloquently. So that's cool. So I can see why that's the top. Any others that when you think back on the days of the ESPN that you're like, I remember you saying quite often your best work came at, late in your time there.
Yeah.
Anything from that time that you were like, gosh, this was a tough one and it went really, really well and, maybe not what you expected?
I think, yes, there were many shows after I came back from my suspension from ESPN that I was scared every day. I knew I was being looked at differently by my peers, by my bosses, for sure. Who knows what other viewers elsewhere thought. But that's what I found is that every day when I pushed through that fear, I would walk in feeling sick, butterflies in my stomach, a job I'd done for well over a decade.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden it felt different.
Shocking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I would go in so scared. And what you have heard me talk about is the prayer that I would say before I walked in every single time.
Yeah.
And so I did feel this I would call my mom and dad as I pulled into the parking lot at ESPN, and I'd put on one more coat of mascara while I was talking to them. And he's like, "What's on the show?" Blah, blah, blah. And then they'd say, "Okay, you ready for the prayer?" And no matter where they were, they always were on speaker, and we did St. Michael the Archangel.
Yeah.
And when doing that, I did feel completely protected. I had a bubble around me. And so no matter what came at me while on the air, whether it's, work related or something personal from someone I work with based on everything that had happened, I felt protected. It was so amazing and not a coincidence. I know that I dug deeper into my faith during that time. Obviously the prayer, but I mean in every aspect of my life. And so I don't think it's a coincidence that it was so scary in many ways, but I had this peace about me. And there were many times where I was doing live shots, live interviews, and we get done with it. You prepare so much for each one. The producers helped you prepare, et cetera. And I remember getting done with interviews and going, crushed it.
Yeah, you could feel it.
I could feel it. We all know in whatever we do for a living when you've done a good job at something.
It's so great.
And I would leave and I would go home and my dad in particular, because he watched with a certain eye, and I called him as I entered the building and called him when I left, and he was like, oh, you crushed that.
Yeah.
Oh, you did this. Or there's times where he's like, did you mean to say this?
Yeah, I've heard them give you feedback. I mean, they're not one-sided in this. They've always been really fair.
But they had the perspective of the fear that I was living in at that time, and trying to compartmentalize enough to put it behind me for those 2 live hours. And yeah, I'm really proud of that time.
Yeah. Speaking of faith, and we've talked about this a lot, and it's always been part of your life. It's always been important to you. And I think, like anybody, it ebbs and flows, right? It's sort of, there are times where you lean on your faith more than others. You and I have spent a lot of time in this, right? Reading this every day, this devotional that your dad gave you. And it's been great for me. And I love that we do it together. But what has this meant to you? Like, not just you and I doing it together, but just the dedication to it every day.
Mm-hmm. You know, I've tried several times to read the Bible, and it's been very overwhelming for me.
Yeah.
And I have friends who've done a great job putting together, apps and any other, books that to help make it seem easier to consume. And they've done a decent job, but that book that my dad gave me, gave all 3 kids a few years back, has really made a difference. Starts off with a scripture, and then there's for me, a really beautiful, and I think you feel the same way, explanation using real life examples. And I like
and easy to read English.
Thank you. It's dumbed down for me. It's fully translated, and I like when the author, what's his name?
It is Charles Stanley.
Charles Stanley. He'll say, friend, and then remind you.
Yeah.
Friend, you are not doing this alone. Something like that. And every time I feel like when he says friend, he's talking to me.
Yeah.
And it makes it very personal. I'm like, okay, I can do that. And when so my dad and I would talk about, my mom and I would talk about it, but not as consistently. As you know, he sends a scripture every single day in our family group chat, every single day. And then we've got my, 11-year-old cousin who will chime in on it too. It's really awesome. But what it's done for us, I think, is so cool.
Yeah.
We have 1 copy. I gave mine to Dave because he tends to not forget things as much as me. And so no matter where we are or you are, you have that. Yeah. And sometimes it's a screenshot. You're driving to work in Nashville, and then I'll be in Florida, and I'll read it because you're driving. And it feels like our day is incomplete if we haven't done that. Yeah. I love that we've gotten to that point.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it's special. And I don't think that there has been one that we've read that I don't think about later in the day. Mm-hmm. Sometime during the day, something hits me where I'm like, oh, I remember that. And we read about that this morning. Mm-hmm. And it's just it's a good reminder, but I love that it is personalized, and it's based on like real life today, things that you're going to interact with and things that are going to come across your plate. So
yes, that's why I love it. And it's short and sweet. Yep. And it pops back up during your day. And because we've made a system of it, I feel like I'm more accountable. Yeah. With it. For us, it's worked.
Yeah, it is. I definitely recommend it to people. I like that. We've also shared it with others, which I think is great. And we've talked a lot about that too. I think for both of us growing up Catholic, it's not, you don't do as much outward portrayal of your faith, right? It's not something that's kind of built into the Catholic Church and how it works. Different in other faiths, but not in the Catholic Church. Yeah. And we've both talked about how there's ways to do that don't feel like you're professing or pushing your faith on people, but there's a way to do that more. And I like the fact that we're trying. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you certainly have, probably more than I have, but it's a good example that you're setting there.
We. And we did it. Yeah, we've done it with our kids. Yeah. When we were in Costa Rica. Yeah. Pulled it out a couple times or in the car, and they have opinions on it.
Yeah, they were very engaged. It was great to see. Yeah, I liked it. I know. Can't get them to put their phones down, but they did for that, which was great. Yeah. Speaking of the kids, so Quinn is, I would say, somewhat launched. Yeah. Not fully launched, right? She's like, got a job. She graduated. She has a place to live. She has bills to pay. What do you think advice she would give? Nicholas is next. then Evan, then Jake, then Avery. It's a full house. What do you think Quinn would say to them? What do you think the advice she'd give them?
First of all, she'd be like, guys, have so much fun in college. Because once it's over, the real world is really hard. Like, she would be like, this
Dramatic.
sucks. You know, the other day I posted on Instagram when she was writing me. She's like, Mom, I cannot believe I have to do this the rest of my life. And I'm like,
Work.
What? She goes, work. Like, oh my gosh, you're so traumatic. Yes, welcome. That's why I told them that. Have fun during those 4 years.
Yeah, for sure.
Focus, get your degree, get your grades, but like have a great time. And I know that she talked about that a lot with her siblings and probably your kids a little bit. Nicholas is a senior. You know, I wonder, I actually think on the other side, she would say, you know, it's lonely a little bit.
Yeah, she moved to a big city by herself. Yeah.
And even though we're just right up the road, we're far enough.
Yeah.
And she's in here alone every night, you know?
That's different.
Yeah. And so I think she would tell them, that's something I didn't think to tell her because it's been so long for me, but you don't realize when you're in the chaos with roommates, whether it's in a dorm situation or an apartment off campus.
You're just not alone that much, yeah.
You're literally never alone. You rarely have your own room.
Yeah.
And so this whole place, she's alone. Mm-hmm. And she's embraced it, but she also really misses the camaraderie that you have with your girlfriends or your guy friends, you know? So I think that she would say, hang on tight, savor it, and be ready. And don't think that you're just going to come to a new place and, you know, have a whole new group. It takes some time. But I think she's learning to be alone. Yeah. And I love that. Like, it took me a lot longer than it took her to be okay with that. So, yeah.
When she first got here, she told us several times that she was worried about, like, not having friends. And I think you and I both realized, like, that wasn't going to last very long. She was going to make friends. And now she has. I think that's one, just a tribute to her. She's just great that way. She can make friends with anybody. But I do think that is a perspective that's really scary for kids when they go off to college. And then when they go off to start their first job, especially in a town that they didn't grow up in and a town that they don't really know anybody.
Yeah. It does take some courage. But, you know, I mean, you know this. I told them, because they all graduated from high school in Connecticut, I'm like, I will not pay for your education if you stay up in the Northeast. Yeah. No. And some of my friends are like, that's a little over the top, Sage. I'm like, I don't care. Number one, I don't like it up here. No. Get out of the cold. Get out of to me, just crazy politics. Like, it is just not my vibe. And most importantly, more than that, I really wanted them to experience a different part of the country that they're not familiar with. We lived out on the West Coast in Arizona for 3 years, and that was Connecticut, Arizona, Connecticut, and 3 years. Like, it was a lot of moving across the country. It's very difficult. High school years for Quinn was tough. But she got a taste of what it was like to be around people who are different. Right. Live differently, different socioeconomic status, all those things. So they all listened. 2 were in college in North Carolina, 1 in Mississippi. That could not be more different than Connecticut. Yeah. And so when they do that for college, that's that first step. 4 years. Yeah,
get out of your comfort zone, go somewhere else.
And then to accept a job in a town you've never been to after is a little bit easier, because you've proven to yourself that you've already pushed through some scary things. Doesn't mean this isn't going to be scary. But I am very proud of how she has embraced it. She took your advice when we were in Costa Rica and had, was like, well, there's this Instagram thing or TikTok thing, or is it like, new to Nashville? New to Nashville, yeah. And so she saw some girls' profiles, and you were like, reach out to them, text them, see if they want to meet for coffee. And she didn't listen to me, she listened to you. And she did it. And she hangs out with them now, and it's been a couple months. That's very cool. So, she would probably say that too. Yeah. Just reach out. Just shoot your shot. Yeah. And then whatever happens. And now, look.
Yeah. She's got a big group. I mean, there's probably 10 or 15 people that she's made friends with.
Makes me happy.
Yeah, it's great. Yeah, I think all of the kids will be capable. They're all capable of it for sure. And I think they all will do well in that regard.
Yeah.
And I think sometimes I wonder if our experience growing up in the military and moving around so much, it was easy for us. I wouldn't say I loved it every time, but it was easy for us. And I think our kids pick up on some of that just secondarily from us, just the ability to like get comfortable kind of no matter where you are.
Yeah.
I wonder if they picked up some of that, even though they didn't have the same experience, you know?
Yeah. The attitude that we come with, I think so. And, you know, we lived, and like you, in different countries. By the time I was 11, 4 different countries, including this one. And, you know, each kid does handle it differently.
Yeah.
And I was super shy. I guess struggled, but I didn't know that there was any other different way to live. I thought everybody moved around like that every 2 years and moved across the world. Realized that in 7th grade when we moved back to Colorado from Belgium, that isn't how everybody lives, and they've been together since kindergarten. I was like, what?
Yeah.
It's so weird.
It's totally different.
So weird. And then I was jealous because their friendships had been
they're deep and long.
Yeah, we didn't have that. But I was okay with it. My brother Chad was okay with it. My youngest brother Courtney did not. It was harder for him. He really struggled with it more. He didn't move as much, so then he wasn't as, you know. So each kid receives it differently, handles it differently. But I know I wouldn't change my childhood, and I think it's helped me push them.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm like, we moved to Connecticut whenever it was going into 6th grade, and she graduated from high school with all those kids, and I'm like, okay, you're good. Get out. Go do something. Like, I don't mean that. Go do something different. Go push yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that that's one thing that, I mean, there's a lot that I've screwed up as a parent. Like, there's things that we question. That was a miss. The heart was in the right place. Like, you know, but I know that I did that part well to say, I don't care if you're uncomfortable. Yep. Let's acknowledge it and listen to it, figure out why.
And then move.
And go do it anyway.
Yeah.
Like, that's one thing that I think they will hopefully someday say, my mom did that okay.
Yeah, for sure. There's no doubt about that. I mean, you're sort of that's a great example of what you've provided for them over a long time. I mean, they've seen that for sure.
Have, but they were just in here, and there's a lot of things that they would say, oh, let me tell you what she did that time. Oh, let me tell you, right?
Yeah. I mean, we all have that, I think.
And they're right. There's a lot.
My kids love to pretend they're me and use the same phrases that I use. And
yes.
They can tell right before you're about to say it.
Exactly.
Yeah. So we got a bit of a big weekend coming up. You got some stuff planned this weekend? What are you doing?
Yeah. I'm marrying this great man.
Really?
Yeah, he's hot. It's really hot.
Interesting.
Yeah. The fact that we are doing this 48 hours before. What time is it?
I know. We're in the short final here.
Is it 5:15?
It's 5:15.
Exactly 48 hours from now, we will be saying our vows.
Yes.
Oh my God.
I know. It's coming pretty quick.
I just got butterflies.
You nervous?
Yeah.
I've never seen you nervous. That's not true. I've seen you nervous a couple times.
When?
I've seen you nervous before a couple of speeches.
Yeah.
I could tell because you start tapping your foot a lot. There it is.
Yeah. I'll get quieter.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's almost like I go into like a game mode.
Yeah. Locking in.
That's what probably is going to be. Game mode.
Game mode?
Zone in.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No, it's going to be different. I am so excited. And, yeah, I think maybe nervous isn't the word. Like, is anxious the word? I don't know. All in good ways, but like, there's just been a lot leading up to this.
Yeah.
And as the kids reminded us a few minutes ago, it's been fast.
Yeah.
It has been fast. And I think sometimes just because we've known that this was going to happen doesn't mean it hasn't hit us sometimes. Like a year ago, we didn't even know each other.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
It's true. But I don't care about that. There's no magic time frame.
No, I
There's
agree.
no book like, okay, you have to date this long. Like I thought there was. I think a lot of people's.
Sure.
And this is when you know, and if you can really.
You knew early on.
Oh, is that what we're doing?
Well, no, I've just heard you say that, so I'm just confirming. I mean, before the big day, it's pretty important.
Dude, you already put a ring on it. Like, it is too late. There's a lot of deposits that have been placed on venues
Couldn't get
and
out
food.
of it if we wanted to.
Yeah, no, you're stuck. Did I know? Yeah, I knew that night.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've also heard you say that you didn't know right away. So apparently,
I mean, I had strong feelings. Obviously, we talked about that, but it was about 2 days later where I was like, "Wow, this is totally different." And we were able to talk about everything. Nothing was off limits. And you and I've talked about this plenty. And like my mom said, when you're not looking, you are your most authentic self. Mm-hmm. And I felt that right away that night. But then I felt it even more when we started talking on the phone every night. It was just like so comfortable and so natural. And yeah, just it felt perfect, But it was the night you were driving to your parents' house for Thanksgiving.
2 days later. No,
it wasn't Thanksgiving. It was the week before that.
I was getting ready to go take my dad from their house in Jacksonville to New York for UFC.
That's right.
In New York City, yeah. I was doing something else at Fox News.
It was the 14th.
And yes. We met on the 12th of November. So
I took 2 days and you knew in 2 hours.
So are you not going to recap the actual moment?
You want me to tell the story?
I mean, I think it's important, but I'm not the host here.
Listen, why don't you tell the people how we met? You're good at it. And you always ask me to tell the story. So this time, this is your show. I'm just filling in.
Though?
I'm just filling in. So I need you to tell the story.
November 12th, 2024.
There we were.
Nashville, Tennessee. We were at a charity event.
Yes.
Tomahawk.
Yeah, the Tomahawk charity event, yeah.
Benefits veterans.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't even know what it was for. My friend Katie, love Katie Busby. She's the best.
She's the best.
I think she's landing right about now. Her husband couldn't go to the event, so she asked me to be her plus one. And as I have told the story many times, I was everybody's favorite plus one at that point because I was always alone and usually available and flexible. Once Evan went to college, which was only 3 months before, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm an empty nester and sold the house in Connecticut, sold everything in it, estate sale, and said goodbye. Sobbing, leaving that whole chapter of life,
Yeah.
Drove 23 hours to Florida, stopped at to see the kids in college in North Carolina, made Quinn spoon with me. She vomits to this day that I made her do that. Saw my parents for another night in Jacksonville and drove, and it was like this turning point. I'm like, oh my gosh, I can do what I want. Let me figure this out. So I said yes to everything, including that night with Katie. And so we went out to the venue, and it was, dress up, and we were just at the cocktail hour hanging out.
Yeah, before it started.
Yeah, with some of her friends. I didn't know really anybody there. And Chase Rice, the country singer, had his dog there. So no one cared about anybody else. Chase or anybody, was the dog, Jack. So I was right there, if you recall, petting Jack. Stood up for a second, and up walks this tall drink of water. And that guy says, correct me if I don't get the words perfectly right, but hi, I'm Dave, and I think we have something in common. And what was my expression?
You didn't quite roll your eyes, but you were close. It was close. I haven't seen it since then, but it was close.
Oh, okay, cocky. Yeah, I was like, oh God, what? You guys are all jerks.
You were nice.
Of course I was nice. I'm always nice.
You're always nice.
But I thought this should be interesting. I don't know this guy, but I listened for sure because you caught my eye. And you said, my mom and your mom know each other from their days in Leavenworth, Kansas. Our dads were stationed at Fort Leavenworth. And the story goes that your mom and my mom used to help volunteer at a convent for retired nuns in Kansas in the very early 90s and have kept in touch and been friends for more than 30 years because of that. No matter where my parents have moved, your parents have stayed, but my parents have moved, they've kept in touch for 32 years.
Yeah.
And when you said that, I was like, what's your last name? I recognized the last name. I'm like, oh my goodness. I mean, I think you saw I was intrigued.
For sure.
And then you wanted to like really back it up and cement it. And you're like, and I used to play basketball against your brother, Chad, in high school. And we used to play at Gruber Gym. And Gruber Gym is on Fort Leavenworth, the Army post. And when he said Gruber Gym, guys, I was like, oh, this is legit.
I used to dominate him, by the way.
Did you?
Yeah, I just need that on tape. He said the same. Yeah, of course he did.
He's like, oh, I dunked on him. I remember him. He's full of it. But he is bigger than you. He's a big guy.
He is bigger than me.
He's a really big guy. And at that moment, the conversation was legitimate. It was very much like, oh, wait a minute. Da, da, da. And I was so intrigued. And you were polite and very calm is what I noticed. A very cool, calm confidence. And I had my 3-inch heels on and you were still taller.
It's key.
That's the only reason why I kept talking to you. I'm kidding. No, but I was so intrigued, the fact that you knew my mother. And I believe you met her when you were in high school.
Yeah. I feel like, and I have to ask my mom this weekend, but we should get them together and ask. They haven't seen each other in forever.
I know.
This will be the first time they've seen each other in so long. They've texted and things, but haven't really seen each other. But I am really confident your mom brought Christmas cookies or something to our house one time, because I remember my mom would always talk about your mom and their friendship, and then I met her. She came by the house or something. She may have had Courtney with her. I don't even know.
Yeah.
And dropped off something at the house, and so I'm pretty confident that I met her in high school.
So, since you're so much younger than me,
so much.
3 years. I mean, you're in high school. I'm in college.
Yeah.
And I'm at Indiana, and so I never lived there.
Right.
Right. And so that's why we never met.
Never met.
I think if I were your age, I would have been in high school, and who knows, I would have maybe gone to the same high school.
Yeah.
I have so many times just thought, gosh, what if?
Yeah.
I was supposed to be speaking that week at High Point University, my kids' college. And this was, Tuesday, November 12th was exactly a week after the election. And so I was supposed to be at High Point, and I was a zombie because I was coming off the campaign trail, basically. And I was like, let me postpone this. I just need a break. And Katie's like, get your butt here to Nashville, girl. Let's go. And I was like, okay. And I think about it. It was another one of those say yes moments. I was saying yes to a lot of things that I in the past would have been like, well, I don't know how much.
It's always a good reason not to.
There's tons of valid reasons. And I get freaked out sometimes if I think about what if I hadn't. What if Katie hadn't invited me? What if her husband had been able to come? Mm-hmm. What if you hadn't broken up with your girlfriend the day before?
It wasn't the day before.
It's like 2 hours before.
It wasn't 2 hours before.
When was it, Dave?
It was 10 days plus beforehand.
10 days. The first time he told the story.
Oh, please.
It was 3 weeks before. And then it was 2 weeks. And now it's 10. Are we staying on 10 days?
It has been 10 days since the beginning.
Okay.
It has been
Fine.
10 days.
Well, I'm going to give you a lot of credit now after that.
Thank you.
Dig. Because I don't know that I would have gone to something like that alone.
Yeah.
It was not formal black tie, but guys were in suits, women were in dresses and kind of fancy.
Yeah.
And you went alone to that. Yeah. I wouldn't have done that. Why did you go alone?
Yeah, I remember talking to my parents about it, talking to a bunch of my college buddies that will all be here this weekend, and sort of going like, I don't know if I should do this. It's not something I do. I just don't normally go to those types of events. And, I was obviously interested in it because it was for veterans, and a friend had invited me. But it was just one of those things. I remember talking to my mom, and she's like, just go have fun. And like, you never know who you'll meet. It might be really great. So, reluctantly I went, I went, and obviously I'm so thankful.
But that was awkward for you. That would have been awkward for me.
Yeah, I got there 30 minutes before the couple that I was meeting, the guy and his wife, Mike, and his wife, Caitlin, that invited me. And, they weren't there yet. And so I was just kind of standing around by myself for half an hour. That's when I really started to regret it. I was like, why did I do this? I know no one. The people that invited me here aren't here yet. And I'm just walking in circles around.
Because as a former military officer, you are prompt. And when someone says,
you know me, I'm on time.
1900 hours, you are there.
I'm at 1845.
Yes.
I'm there. Yeah. Yeah. No, obviously I'm so thankful that I did, but, it was a little outside of my norm for sure.
So that's another moment where it's like, what if?
Yeah.
What if you hadn't? Because it would have been very understandable if you're like, yeah, never mind, I don't have a date now,
Yeah.
What if I had decided to, go to North Carolina after all? There's so many of those. And then we had dinner, went to our separate assigned tables and later found each other. Are you going to the post game? See, I still have a sports brain.
Still sports.
Post party.
Yeah. After party. Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks. But I was looking for you.
Yeah. I was looking for you. We found each other kind of as people were starting to clear out. And
did you have a strategy at that moment?
I mean, just be around waiting for you to break away if you were going to break away. I didn't know what your plans were, but I was like, okay, I got to at least talk to her one more time. So we didn't really finish much of a conversation before the party started. It was just
they were
talk for 5 minutes and everybody go
seats.
inside. So we had unfinished business.
Oh, apparently we did. But I asked you. You came up to me at the beginning, you started this whole thing. And then it was the post party because Katie's like, who was that? And at dinner, and I told her, and she's like, he's cute. I was like, I know.
Katie Busby thinks I'm cute.
I mean, I don't know if she does now, but at
she
that
probably
moment,
doesn't now. You're right.
Yeah. And she was like, you got to find him. I was like, I know. So I'm looking around the whole dinner. And then I saw you walk by at one point, and I was like, is that him? And then you turned around at the other end of the room, and you looked right back at me. I was like, oh. Because then awkward stage comes out, and I was like, oh, God, what do I do? And, you hung around, and then I was with the Katie group with everybody, and we were just going to take the shuttle to whatever place on Broadway. Mm-hmm. And you were just lurking, and I came over. And then we went to the post party, and I walked in, and so I'm thinking on the way down to Nashville, I'm like,
how do I play it cool?
Yeah. I'm like, you know what? I need to let him lead. If he is interested in me, I think he's really very handsome and seems kind, and I knew you were legit, your story was legit. So, but I'm like, I'm not going to go looking for him right away. Now, I walked in and looked to see if you were there. And then I was like, no, he has to approach me. Because, I think I've learned a lot of lessons through the years where I just needed you to lead in that way. And I don't think I said it in my head at that point that way, but I know now it's nope, if this is meant to be.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you came in and you guys were looking at hats. I remember that. And then you kind of came closer to where I was, and that's when I came over and started talking to you again. That's when you beelined. 2 hours of talking. It was a lot. Yeah. We went deep really fast. Yeah. Yeah, we did. And we have so many similar experiences in life, just growing up in the military, kids, teenage kids, all that goes along with that, divorce, careers that are challenging and busy and sometimes, wonderful and sometimes, really hard. Yep. And so, yeah, we did. We talked about all of it. All of it. Yeah. And you understood a lot of what I was saying. Yeah. I understood a lot of what you were saying. Unfortunately, in some ways, because it was just, had to do with the heartbreak of divorce and managing that. How tough it is on the kids. We talked about that a lot. Yeah. And our parents. That ends up that is one thing our mothers bonded over. Yeah. Is the fact that they were heartbroken for our situations. Yeah. And kind of just wanted to be a friend to each other and help each other through it. And I was first, and your mom was a good
ear for my mom. And I think vice versa when
Yeah.
you went through it. And even though they hadn't seen each other in, almost 30 years at the time, like it's crazy.
I know.
So to talk to someone that night who fully got it, and your kids are a little younger than mine, but not much. And so it was special. And I also felt like if he's willing to talk about things that are actually important,
Yeah.
not like Monday Night Football the night before, like whatever.
We didn't talk about sports at all.
We did not.
We didn't talk about anything sports related.
But it was, I knew at that point in my life that I was not going to hold back from being my authentic self.
Yeah.
And talking about things that mattered to me. And with any adult, you assume it's going to matter to them as well. Not maybe as much, but like, if me talking about my kids is not interesting to you, then we're not going to end up together.
Yeah, for sure.
Stuff like that.
Yeah.
So it was just really nice. And I felt this massive connection because of the hard parts that we share.
Yeah.
Which was really interesting.
We don't, we talked about this early on, like it's easy to bond over difficulties or shared difficulties, right? Like it's, misery loves company, all the cliches that go along with it. But I think we purposefully sort of discussed them, went deep on them, talked about the pain, talked about, how it felt for us, how it felt for our kids and our families, and our exes. And, we haven't made that. It's never been a central part of our relationship.
We were very careful. We did not want it to be that.
Yeah. And it's a known place. We both have had a similar experience, and we've learned a lot from it, both of us personally, grown from it. And, I think that shared experience is great and also not defining, for either of us.
For sure, no. Even though I think at times when you're in it, you think it's always going to consume you. And you don't want that for yourself, for them, the ex, the kids. You just don't. It's not healthy.
Right.
And what's not a healthy place to be. There's just a lot in knowing you're not alone.
Yeah.
In going through something like this, and that someone actually understands with very similar circumstances,
Yeah.
There was comfort in that. I remember, I just don't remember what bar that was. Where were we?
I want to say it's
We need
the
to go-
green room, maybe?
I have no idea.
I've
Maybe.
never been there before.
We need to go back.
We should. Why didn't we have the reception there? Not the reception, the after
Cocktail
party
hour
there.
or the after? Yeah,
We should've.
no. I think where we chose is fine. Yeah,
That's true.
It's definitely a bar.
That's
Our
true.
parents would be
Yeah.
like, "Why are my feet sticking to the
Yeah,
floor?"
no, it is.
It's disgusting.
I feel like it's the green room.
Yeah, but like
Midtown.
wait, you were really like shy at
What?
the end.
It's not shy.
What do you call it?
Oh, at the end?
He goes, "Oh, at the end."
I was shy.
I was shy.
I didn't. Yeah, that's fair. Okay, but you're
Go
ready.
ahead.
Go ahead. No, I wanted your number. Obviously, we had this great conversation. I felt a connection. I could tell you felt something.
Could you?
Yeah.
Was I not subtle enough?
No, I think you were appropriate.
Was I flirty?
No, I didn't feel like you were flirty, but I knew from what I knew about your family and who you were as a person, you weren't going to spend 2 hours talking to me if you didn't have some interest. Like, I knew that you could and would have been able to talk to anybody there. And instead we were pretty locked in for 2 hours. So that said everything I needed to know. That kind of told me, okay, she has some interest.
And then?
Yeah. So, at the end, I was like, well, we should keep in touch. And it was meant to be like an obvious way to say, can I have your number? But I didn't use those words. So
Use your words.
yeah. So then you were like, well, how do you expect to do that? And I was like, oh, she got me.
Good question.
Yeah, good question. I was like, well, can I have your number? And then you gave it to me. And then I was like, I wonder if this is her real number. She probably is not giving me her real number.
You doubted after our 2 hours of bonding.
No, not really. No, but
And then we hugged
we did.
as a hug.
Yeah, it was a good hug. It wasn't one of those like side hugs. Yeah.
No,
Or a bro hug.
do that.
Yeah, it was good.
Straighten your shirt.
Yeah, it was a good hug, and then what happened?
And then I got in the car,
Yeah.
Uber with Katie, and she's like, "Girl," and I was like, "I know." She's like, "He's gonna text you." Oh wait, no, I didn't say the middle part.
Oh, say the middle part.
Where you walked. No, I started to feel something in the middle of our conversation about whatever, a lot. And I suddenly got these butterflies in my stomach and I was like, what is happening? And I got really nervous.
You left.
And I felt like I felt like I knew you were the one. I don't think I said that in my, like with words,
Yeah.
certainly not out loud, but I felt something. And I'm like, what the hell is this? And so I was like, I need a drink. I'll be right back. Would you like something? And yes, you said. So I was in line. I was glad the line took a while. I looked back over, and Katie, who is just
she had me dead
hand
to
on her
rights.
hips, and she was like, "Who are you? What do you want with my girl? Back the bleep up. I will take you out." Like she was, right?
She was.
And I could tell.
I appreciated it.
I couldn't hear what she was saying, but I could see her movement.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, there goes Katie, my
There's a lot of
protector."
animation.
Yes. And when I came back, you had gone to the restroom,
Yeah.
and she.
I had to escape. I was getting grilled.
You were.
It was good.
And she looked at me with the 2 drinks in my hands, one for you, and she goes, "You're gonna marry him. Don't fuck it up."
Yeah. Katie.
And I looked at her, and I said, "I know."
Yeah.
And then she goes, "And he's got really good shoes on. That's a good
amazing.
sign."
I was glad I wore those shoes.
I know. And then you came back, and I feel like I was lighter because I kind of was like, it's confirmed and she likes him.
Yeah.
And because I'm like, okay, I've had, like, you know me, lightweight, like
Yeah.
1.5 drinks. I'm like, that's a lot for me.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. I will never forget it. And then when we got in the Uber at the end of the night and we're going back to the hotel, she's like, "He's going to text you tonight." I go, "It is 2 a.m. He is absolutely not going to text me." And she's like, "Okay." We get back to the hotel. Ding. And I was like, oh my gosh, we both ran for the phone. And you were, of course, very polite. We've texted so much that I like, is there a way to get back to the top of
I
a
don't
text?
know. We got to find out.
There is.
Without scrolling, finger scrolling.
Like this for an
Is
hour?
there a cheat code to get to the top of your text string or something?
Let's do
We're going to
it.
have to find this out.
OMG.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
I love this.
Let's put that at the bottom of this, like
Yes.
our first. And then my daughter once, during my 5 years in between divorce and meeting you, there was one guy that I dated seriously. And when we had first started talking, and he lived in a different state, so it was long distance, it was stupid from day one, whatever. Oops, I don't mean stupid, but it was just, it was not going to last. Like, I think we both knew that, but good guy, whatever. At the beginning, I was getting ready to respond to a text that he had sent. I was sitting next to Quinn on the couch. And she's like, "Who are you writing?" And I said his name. And she's like, "Let me see that." I showed her, and she was like, "Do not send that, Mom. Do not send that." And I was like, "What?" She's like, "No." I go, "Well, don't touch it." She's like, "I'm not going to send it, but just do this." Da-da-da-da-da-da. She's like, "There. Now, wait an hour." I was like, "Okay." She's like, "You don't know what you're doing."
These are the rules.
Yeah, you don't know what you're doing. Just wait for me. So this is what, 3 years ago, and I'm like, oh my goodness, my 20-year-old daughter is like coaching me through it. So when you wrote ding at 2:15 in the morning, I was like, do I wait an hour? Set my alarm for 3:15 so I'm not being too whatever. And no, it was just so polite. And the next morning when I woke up to my mother calling me, asking if I met Dave Barbuto the night before.
Wonder how
and
that
I was
happened.
like, what?
Yeah, my mom checked in with me during that evening. I wasn't looking at my phone, obviously. We were talking the whole time, but she had texted and said, "How was the event?" And I was like, "Good. I got to meet Sage Steele." That's all I said. And then she apparently texted your mom, and then your mom apparently called you the next morning.
And I was like, what?
Yeah.
How does my mother No.
The moms.
The mothers.
They're in the middle
yes,
of all of this.
Yes. In some cultures, this would be considered like, a planned
Arranged
marriage or something, an arranged marriage. Yes. So, but I will say this, because 2 days later, that drive from South Florida up to Jacksonville, and I talked to you for 4 of the 5 hours. And I remember getting to my parents' house and taking an extra couple laps around the block. And they're, of course, tracking me on, whatever GPS at all times of my life,
Why
including
are you
right
driving
now.
in circles around
Where are
the
you?
house?
Are you okay? Why are you driving? Is someone following you? I'm like, no. So I got inside and my mom immediately was like, well, what are you talking about with him? They wanted to know all the details. And she looked at me and she's like, he's a good guy. So the fact that my mother and father to an extent, but it was more the moms that were friends, like, you'd already been vetted.
Yeah.
Because when you know someone's family, when you know someone's mother, it's no guarantee. But it's
a good indicator.
Very good indicator, especially when you understand the kind of family they come from, which quite often means their value system.
Yeah.
So that was a huge advantage. And I do think that probably sped up the process, because I wasn't like trying to dig around on social media for the skinny on you, you know?
Yeah.
I did do that too, though. I mean,
our parents,
I was scrolling.
Our parents, I haven't asked you this, but I could tell from the things you said, and then I've shared with you what my parents have said. Like they knew early on, just like we did. Like they just knew. I mean, I remember telling my mom a couple weeks in, I'm like, I'm going to marry her. And she's like, yeah, I know you are. She's like, I understand and I agree. And like, and my dad has said it probably 2 or 3 different times. He's like, you guys are just perfect for each other. You just fit. And they love you. They adore you. They think you're great.
Was this before?
It's because it was after the cookies. It was after you made the cookies. That's when I think you really won them over. It was the Christmas cookies that you made.
Yes, it took cookies, which that was until the end of January, Dave. So this timeline does not add up.
No, I'm saying they knew early on, but like when you sealed the deal with the cookies, because it was like 5 hours in the kitchen you were working on.
I was slaving over these cookies, best cookies ever. But
they were amazing.
They were best ever. But now the bar is very high for every holiday season. But I was going to say to you, when you said you knew a couple weeks in, November 12th is when we met. We didn't see each other again until December 11th, December 12th, a month to the day.
Every night on the phone.
So my point is, you kind of knew before we actually saw each other in person again?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I knew it was wildly different than anything I had ever had before and been involved in before. The second night we talked, like on your drive to Jacksonville. But a couple weeks in, I remember talking to my mom and just going like, she's the one. And she was like, yeah. And then you came into town and we had our first real date.
At Whole Foods.
It was at Whole Foods. We had to get groceries. We groceries so we could make dinner.
I was really nervous at Whole Foods. I was so nervous because I'm trying to remember what I was wearing. It was cold here. And
you had jeans on and then you had that bluish gray jacket, like the button up.
Yes.
Yeah, big overcoat.
It's not an overcoat, but it's that velvety thing from Aloe that I love. If you ever see any color in it, please buy it. I want all the colors of that. And we were walking, but I remember I peeled off to go get, do we have a salad? Did I go get some arugula or something? And then you're like self-conscious. I'm like, okay, how am I walking? Am I going to trip and fall? Oh my goodness. And I turned back to come towards you to the cart and you were looking at me and I was like, oh gosh. Like I was very nervous. And remember we were looking to did we have enough utensils in your Airbnb condo that I was using? You were nice enough to offer me the condo to use. So I didn't have to get a hotel. And so we were able to come back and cook and gosh, you're a good cook. That helps too. No, I just remember being really, really nervous. And then the next night went to dinner at Adele's in downtown Nashville, which is where our rehearsal dinner is, you know, which is so cool and full circle because that was the first date. Yeah. And everything we're doing for this wedding is tied back to how this relationship began.
Yeah. It's gonna be so much fun. And
Are you nervous?
no, I'm not nervous. I'm excited. I want to make sure that there's so many people you want to meet, things you want to say to people, saying our vows. Like there's things that we have to do that could be nerve wracking, but I'm not nervous. I'm excited. Who do you think is going to be the biggest mess at the wedding besides you?
You.
No, sir.
No, sir. I think you're going to be very emotional.
That's probably true.
I don't know why I'm even hiring a makeup artist. I don't know why, because it's all going to be cried off before I even see you. I think, I will be the biggest disaster, like the top 10 people. It's all my name. I think, with my parents. So, because I was afraid that, like, I didn't ever want to hurry. I was like, I know God had a plan, and like, I want to meet someone to share the rest of my life with, but I don't want to rush it because it's in God's timing, right? But I would admit to being very scared that my parents, who have obviously been there from day one, that my parents who have lifted my butt off the ground, literally and figuratively, especially these last few years before I met you, and been crying and angry and happy and sad with me. I was like, they're older, and are they going to be here to witness this someday? That was my biggest fear. And so to be able to, have them there, and for my dad to walk me down the aisle again, the last time, is something I didn't know I'd see or be able to experience for them as much as me, literally for them. Because I now know that as a mother, you just want your kids happy and taken care of. Yeah. And so I can't imagine how it's been for my parents the past probably decade, frankly. Because parents sometimes know things before we do. Yeah. So I'm going to be, I really don't want to be there. I don't want to be like wiping snot. It's not cute. I've been looking for tan handkerchiefs because did you know that I'm a brown girl?
Yeah, I know.
And so my makeup on a white handkerchief is not cute. So I'm working on that still. How much time do I have? And anyway, and I'm also grateful that our kids get to witness this.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
And that is going to be so special and rare. Yeah. Like when kids have to go through the breakup of their parents, that's devastating. Yeah. And when kids get to witness a parent not just find love again, but to witness how you've treated me, how you've made me feel, how you've made them feel.
And likewise. Likewise, yeah.
Is a blessing. And I'm excited that we're doing it the way that we're doing it. Like my two girls and my son standing behind me, your daughter and your son standing behind you. Mm-hmm. Untraditional, whatever, who cares? Like we're doing it our way. Yeah. And I want to be very present and to be able to look at everybody who made such an effort, is making such an effort to come to town for us as I'm walking down the aisle. But then again, I'm like, well, that's what the night before is, and that's what the reception is, and that's what the day after is. We're doing a whole weekend thing. At that moment, I want to be there, present with my dad. Yeah. And to see you. Mm-hmm. And to see my kids.
It's going to be great.
It is. But I'm just so grateful that we get to do this. Yeah, and it's literally because of God bringing us here.
Yeah. I mean, you said this earlier, and it's true. There's so many reasons why this couldn't have happened or wouldn't have happened.
Or shouldn't have.
Yeah, or shouldn't have happened. And all those things just got moved out of the way. Yeah, I mean, I know we've both thanked God several times for that. and do regularly. And yeah, I mean, I think it's reshaped my whole view on, not reshaped my whole view on faith, but just reaffirmed that he is in control and he is taking care of us. And even when things are tough, he's there. And when things are great, he's there. And, we've talked about it all the time. Like, how do you let go and just trust that he's going to take care of things? And I think this is a perfect example. It's going to be great.
Can I say one thing?
Sure. It's your show.
10 days after we met, we had a very long conversation.
Yeah.
And the question you asked me is one that a man had never asked me before. And that was, what do you want in a relationship? And you said, give me the top 5. And I was like, oh, wow. And you're like, no pressure. You can take your time. Like, it doesn't have to be tonight. And I was like, oh, no, I know them.
Yep.
Have a seat. And I said many things.
You did. I wrote them down.
Oh, my.
Go ahead.
Do you want to go in reverse order? Do you want to?
No, you go ahead.
Oh, wow. And now it's a quiz.
No, the top one is the one that matters.
Yeah, that's why I'm bringing it up. But the other things were, why are you laughing at me?
I can't wait to read these. Go ahead. Go ahead, please. No, just share the story, because it's important and it's meaningful.
They're coming to rescue you right
Cops
now.
coming.
You hear those things? So I wanted someone who's spontaneous. And I was like, if I say to you, oh my gosh, you want to go to New York City this weekend? You want to go?
Yes. What was the first one, though, Sage?
Well, I was getting there.
Oh, okay.
I was building.
Okay.
Forget it. I guess the others aren't important to you.
No, they all are.
I started with faith.
Yeah.
And it was the first time that I'd ever genuinely meant that my faith had to be the number one thing that I had with a partner, and that I can't do this journey by myself. Yep. I tried, and that's not the right way to do it for me.
Yeah.
And I needed someone who was going to walk by my side with that journey and pray with me and hold me accountable and make me better. But God was the reason why we were there in the first place talking. That had to be it. And I remember as I was saying it going, well, if he doesn't like this, it's over. And I'm taking a big risk here. But what if he's on the same page with this? Yeah. This could be really cool. And I remember kind of being able to somehow hear your smile. Like
through the phone.
Yeah, even though you didn't say anything like that. Yeah. You agreed. But that's where I was with my faith, actually, to know that, number one, I had to express the importance of it, and that no matter how you reacted, I was going to be able to handle it from there. But I could never, ever again put that anywhere but first place. Yeah. I mean, it was great to hear. At first, I was so impressed and excited that you knew the answer to that question. You had done your work. You knew what was important to you in a relationship. You were ready. Because if you hadn't, you wouldn't be able to answer that on the spot in the moment. And so it was a test.
No. I mean, we were just having conversation, and it was like we had been talking for several weeks at that point. Maybe
10 days.
Yeah, 10 days. And I remember thinking, like, this is really pretty serious, and we obviously like each other, and we're talking about a lot of things. Like, it's important for me to know what matters to her. And so it wasn't a test, but it was important. And you answered it immediately with conviction. You knew what mattered. Can I read the rest of them?
Yes.
Because they're so great. I want to talk about how we've done on these. Oh. Yeah. So number one was commitment to faith in God. And it's great. And I think we've done a really good job of that. And, we have to maintain it, and I know we will, but it's certainly something that we focus on, which is great. Your number 2 was spontaneity. And if we haven't checked that box, I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know how. I don't know how we could do that more. The examples in the list are long of things that we have randomly and at the last minute decided to do. But they've all been fun.
Yes.
They've all been adventures.
Hey, do you want to jump on a plane in 3 hours and meet me in Washington, D.C. and go to the White House and meet the president?
Yeah, and meet the president. Yeah.
No big deal. Like crazy.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's only one. There's a long list, but they've been great and so much fun. The third one was encourages you. Someone that encourages you. How do you think I've done there?
You encourage me so much. Yeah, you've given me confidence. Professionally, as I've tried to build this show of mine and never having done anything like that and scared to death, scared of failure, scared of, and encouraged me with parenting, encouraged me in so many ways. And I've wanted to quit on a few things, and you don't let me in a very kind way.
Yeah, I mean, you did the same for me. It's having a true teammate that really wants to see you succeed and be part of it with you is, I think, what everybody searches for. And we definitely have that. Mm-hmm. The fourth one was lifts me up and we celebrate each other.
Isn't that the same?
It's similar. I think it's a little different. I think it's more about like encouraging, like pushing, helping, supporting, but then celebrating was the next one, celebrating each other.
I remember saying, I need you to allow me to celebrate you. Like I wanted to find a man, a real man, who would allow me to celebrate him too.
Yeah.
It makes me happy to celebrate your successes and things that excite you, no matter what they are. And I didn't realize how important that was to me. Which is, as a woman, as a wife, I knew I needed that.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, your job, my job, we both have had really great growth in those jobs, and the last 8 months have just continued to get better for both of our careers, and the things that we're focused on. And I couldn't ask for a bigger cheerleader. You've just been always so excited when I share how things are going, and I know together we've watched your show grow and the things that have come from that, and so I think we've done that well.
Me too.
Number 5, physically attracted to each other. And I mean,
did I say that?
That's a slam dunk. So at least it is for me. I know.
Did I say that?
You did, but it was 5. I mean, yeah.
Drink kicked in.
No, I remember it was like 1:30 in the morning conversation. I was sitting on top of my bed home in Florida. You were here in Tennessee.
I was in Orlando. It was a work.
You were
it was
at
a
that work
event.
meeting. Yeah. And then at some point you're like, we're only a couple hours away.
Yeah.
I was like, I know. Wait a minute. But no. I mean, listen, that's important.
Yeah.
Are there other things more important? Yes.
Sure.
But if you don't have a physical attraction to someone, I'm sorry, that's where it begins. Before I found out that you were a great human being, a wonderful man, I had to, in order to go deep for 2 hours that night at the bar in Broadway in Nashville, it's like, I didn't feel that there was something like that, then,
You felt that way even though I had a black shirt with a black suit.
I questioned you at
It
that
looked
point.
good.
I questioned your character.
You said that, but then when I showed you a picture from that night later, you were like, oh, that did look good.
I think it did. I don't want you to do it again, but it did look good. But you also had the physique to be able to do that and to pull that off.
Oh.
But it's also like, what kind of black is it?
No, that's true.
And what kind of black fabric is it?
That's true.
I don't like undersuits. I only like
I knew you were going to go
white.
deep on this.
I only like white shirts under
Noted.
suits. I don't like pink shirts, black stop.
This is great.
Hate it.
All
But
right.
you looked hot that night.
Number 6, active and works out. That's important to you in a relationship. We are all about that. When we're on the road, when we're at home, we put that first usually in the day.
Really do.
Working out, going on walks, going in the ocean, riding bikes, like keeping it active.
Need it. Our walks, especially in Florida, we've got
Yeah.
2 main paths. One is like 4.2 miles, the other one's 7.
Yeah.
And it's right along A1A.
We got to do the 7 again. We haven't done
been
it.
a while.
It's been a while since we've done
Well,
the 7.
here's what Dave does is we get halfway through and it's like, okay, coffee break. We found this really cool coffee spot in this really cute little boutique hotel in Lauderdale by the Sea. But then we'll sit and talk for like an hour. And I'm like,
Yes.
okay, and then one of the last times we did it, we stopped at a bar and had beer and oysters. I'm like,
True.
okay.
I mean, it was
this is-
dinner time.
I know.
I mean,
but
listen,
I'm like,
but we did walk 7 miles, so it's
we
not bad.
did, yeah. I love that we both need that.
Yeah, we enjoy it.
The older I've gotten, the more I absolutely need it. And
We'll always do it.
yeah, we will. And kick each other's butt with it too.
Yeah.
You know? I will say I'll be nicer and not as annoying with making you try my Peloton strength workouts.
Oh my gosh.
He hates them.
Yeah, the
Green
idea of
Sally
someone
up,
yelling at me
greens
to work
down.
out, I just don't need that. That's like the army coming back.
It's all PTSD for
It
you.
is. They just,
yeah.
that's all they did is yell at you.
We do different workouts together.
Yeah, and it's fun, and I think it always starts the day great. And
we do like the same workout music.
That's true. 90s hip hop,
Yes.
top of the list. Okay, number 7, one of my favorites. No liberals. Important in a relationship.
I forgot I said that. Oh
So
my-
it was after God and working out and being attractive, but it was
Did
number
I say
7.
no effing liberals?
You might have,
think
but I cleaned it up for this. No liberals. So that was a great one.
Oh my gosh, I'm
The
sorry.
drink was really hitting there.
No, this is
effing liberals.
no. This was I was at home. There was no. This is the 10-day later.
Yeah.
Not the night of it.
That's
and
right.
It's true
Yeah, of course.
because I think there's some like morals, values that conservatives have that liberals just don't.
Here we go.
It's one thing to be anyway.
Well, we checked that box.
I was like, this is safe. This is
Number
safe. I know.
8, height, taller than me when she's wearing heels.
Yes. Okay. The story behind that, it isn't just about the physical part of it. It is about, for so many years when I was young, I was always the tall, awkward girl in high school, junior high school, and even in college. And I slouched a lot. And I was kind of ashamed of my height. And I can't do anything about it, but I remember slouching. At ESPN one time, I had a producer come up to me. Because, we're standing on our Sports Center set, and like you're head to toe, so everything you wear matters. I don't care if you are a supermodel. You have to wear heels to lengthen for the cameras. And so I had a producer come up to me once, and he's like, can you not wear heels? Some of the men that you work with are they don't like it. And I won't name the men because I love them. They're friends of mine, but they're
too
much
short.
shorter than me when I don't have heels on. I'm like, so you want me to wear flats and
Be
look
shorter.
frumpy so he can feel better, and he's still going to be shorter than me, even
Yeah.
if I'm in flats.
No,
and
sure.
so for a minute, this is back in my pleaser days, I was like, oh yeah. And then I was like, what the? No, absolutely not. And I'm going to stand taller now because you're telling me to adjust. So I think because I was so self-conscious for so many years and told to make myself smaller, like it's literally and it's figuratively, it's in every way. When you're told to be less of you, it actually hits hard.
Yeah.
And so I didn't want to feel that way ever again. And if I have a dress that looks best with my big girl shoes, as I call them, my 4-inch heels, then I don't want to not wear them. And I did that for many years. No one's fault. I'm just saying there was something visceral in me that it affected me when I was told to be smaller.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like maybe that sounds dramatic.
No, I mean, I get it. I think words matter, and you can take them to heart in lots of different ways, but it was, there's a lot of symbolism behind that in your
There is.
life and your career and time at ESPN. So, I mean, it's meaningful to you.
And there's something else that I don't know. I think there's other women out there who feel this way and some who don't. And men, we all have our thing. It's nothing against anybody for me. It's also because I wanted to feel protected.
That was next on your list.
Did I say that?
Number 9.
I said that. You asked for 5. How many did I give you?
A 9.
I think you could combine a couple of them, so let's say 7.
Protects her and makes her feel safe.
Yes. Oh my gosh, that makes me cry. Yes, I wanted to feel physically and emotionally protected. And that I didn't have to go do it alone. And to feel like I had to support myself and everybody alone.
Yeah.
And that I could not have to feel like I have to be so tough anymore. I got good at it. And I know that I am tough in the right ways, I think. But I don't think I realized how much of a barrier I had put up. Because I was like, nope, gotta be tough, gotta not seem needy.
Yeah.
And not seem like an emotional chick who needs some guy who can rescue her. Nope, I got it.
Yeah. I've never thought you needed that. You know, I've never felt like you needed a man in that way, like you needed someone to take care of you in that way. You know, you've never given me that vibe, or I've never, but it's an adjustment, right? Like it's an adjustment when you are alone and you are doing everything, and then you're with someone and you don't have to do it all. And it's different.
What I realized is that you wanted to be that person for me.
Yeah.
And it's actually, as incredible as it's actually been quite an adjustment.
Yeah.
Because I've had to let go of just doing it. And sometimes I'm like, why are you taking my bag? I can do this. And you're like, your backpack weighs 80 pounds. Stop it right now. And I'm like, I know, but I got it all in. It's all in there. And it's been an adjustment for me to, like, I haven't opened a single door since we met, whether it's of the car in particular or at a restaurant, anywhere. And at first I was like, I don't want you to feel like you have to do that. And it's okay. You don't have to. But I realized it is about me, making me feel, but it was important to you to be able to be a man in that way.
Yeah.
And so I've had to learn to let go. And sometimes I get frustrated when you're taking all the bags away from me and then I'm just walking with my coffee and I feel like a prissy little thing. I'm like, I can do this. I can carry it. I got my suitcase.
I know you're capable. Everyone knows you're capable.
But I think that's been how I've lived my adult life, is to just no one told me to do this, right? It just happened. And I think I did a lot of it too much on my own without anyone telling me to a fault. But then no one told me to stop. And no one said, you don't have to do that alone.
Mm-hmm.
And so now I am living that. And my girls are seeing that. And that is priceless for them to see me taken care of in certain ways while still being a boss in other ways, is my attempt to like lead them and guide them as a mom boss.
Yeah.
And now I'm getting to be a friend / boss. And I say boss lately, like not boss, with Quinn, who's 23 now. I always heard about what it's like to have your kids as friends when you no longer have to be as much of a parent. But they are witnessing you caring for me in those ways. And I see them watching you. And then when one of Quinn's friends was here visiting a couple of weeks ago, and Hattie and Soph were visiting, and we went over to dinner, and you opened Quinn's door and their doors, and then you shut it. And Hattie goes, oh my God, he opened your door. And Quinn goes, I haven't opened a door since I met Dave. And that hit me because her bar has been raised.
Yeah.
And so you are such a blessing in ways that it's kind of endless, you know? And my son is seeing that too, seeing his mom taking care of him in that way. And that's really cool. You know, like it's been an adjustment certainly for our kids and still will be.
Yeah.
But they're seeing so much good. And I'm so glad you wrote those down. Like, I just was finally being honest for the first time.
Yeah.
Like, I'm just going to say these things that I need because I had done the work, Dave. I finally found a couple of good one good therapist. My therapist now I left her a voice text today, like crying, because she helped me do the work to get here and to be able to not just share what I know that I now need without shame and feeling like I'm being too much, but to receive it. And I'd never been able, well, I certainly had never had the opportunity to receive what I've received from you. So it takes what it takes.
Yeah, I think it was a great list. It was a great list, and it hit me hard just because I was like impressed. There wasn't anything silly. It was meaningful, and it was specific, and it spoke to me. I mean, I as I heard you say each one and I was writing them down, I thought, yeah, like these are great, and I can be this, I can do this, and I want to do this. You've been a great influence, obviously, on me personally, but like and my kids and my family and my friends, everybody that's met you, has always commented on how nice you are and kind you are and how authentic you are. And I mean, I've told you a million times that I'm proud of you. That's what I'm most proud of you about, is just that the people that are close to me that have met you see you the same way I see you. That's really, really important. And that's how they see you.
Which means so much because they've known you longer than I have.
Yeah.
And they love you and should be protective of you and have been.
Yeah, for sure.
And I also know that at this point in our lives, if we're not just our genuine, authentic selves, then it's just not going to work.
Yeah, what are we doing?
And so I'm like, okay, this is it. And, but I never doubted it, that they wouldn't like me, only because I just felt like it was bigger than us, right? And that we were supposed to be here. And the rest will figure itself out. It hasn't been fully, smooth in every way. And there's friendships that are affected, and there's some family here and there, because they're like, what are you doing? Slow down.
Yeah.
And I appreciate it, and I know you do too. It's just out of love, but again, like what I think we've done best, besides the obvious things, is we've let go of control, and we just went with it and trusted God, and which therefore made me trust you.
Yeah.
So people can question it all they want, and they have, and I don't care.
Yeah.
Obviously, we don't care. And it is through prayer, and it is through listening to my heart and my soul, and asking you a million questions, and you asking me a million questions, and just trying it.
Yeah.
And then when you know, I know it's an old cliche, but it's kind of true. I didn't realize it until you. And now here we are. It's imperfect, perfectly imperfect.
The concept of seasons, we've talked about a lot. Seasons of our life, seasons of friendships, careers, all sorts of things. And I think we both have come to realize that sometimes when those seasons end, it's hard. It's difficult. And, you don't anticipate them usually, and you don't want them to happen. But when they happen, being able to recognize them for what they are, appreciate what they were, and be open to them, changing at some point, because the seasons do change, then I think that's the best we can do.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, very Yeah, there's stuff that hurts a lot. And especially when you know you did your best, even if it didn't feel that way to them. Hopefully, what people always keep in mind with us, with each other.
Yeah.
When you know someone's heart, hopefully that trumps everything.
Yeah.
Even if they are imperfect in whatever other way. And when someone chooses to forget that, okay, like you can't control that.
Can't.
And maybe it changes later, but no matter what, I am grateful for all the relationships, the friendships, the good, the bad, the up and down, the ugly, whatever, because it took all of it to get to here.
Yeah.
This wedding is a celebration of that.
It's going to be quite the party.
It is. It's a celebration, though, of so many people who have stood by our side and picked us up and punched us when we needed it, you know?
Yeah.
And cried with us when we needed it and laughed at us when we deserved that, too, which is a lot for me. I deserve to be laughed at a lot.
Yeah.
And I can laugh at myself about it, too. Like, I deserve it. But, like, I don't know. This has happened this way for a reason. There are things I wonder about and I'm sad about. I wish we could have had children together. And as I say to people who ask, I'm like, girlfriend, I'm all dried up. It is impossible. There is nothing. There's no eggies left. It's gone. Been gone for years. Over. Hopefully in our next life, Dave, because we would have had really tall, cute kids with curly hair. And hopefully they would have gotten your green eyes and, oh my God, crushing it. Next time. Next life.
Next life.
I do feel sad at times that we didn't get to do more of those things together, like with a family. I struggle with that sometimes, but I also wouldn't change it. Yeah. We have our babies.
We have amazing kids.
Beautiful lives that we're bringing together. But like, I know our kids are seeing it. Our parents are loving this. And we get to celebrate all of this with them. That's what this is.
I know.
And remember, we're like, okay, I'm 52, you're 49. Like, do we really need to blow this thing out? No. Do we need to spend all this money? No, this is stupid. We can go to some destination wedding and go get married on the beach and have a party later. Like, and then we're like, why not just have a big old party to thank all these people?
Yeah.
And that's what we get to do. We're very blessed that we can do it.
I know.
And it's a thank you. I hope people feel that it's a thank you.
I think they will. I think people will recognize, they'll recognize that this is, it's about our day, but it's about all of them and the roles they played in our lives. You know, I hope the kids, I know the kids will have fun. I hope they do appreciate what it is and just the idea we've talked about, like you don't commonly get to see that. And you know, I think they will. I think they already do in some respects, but the actual wedding itself and like we were talking about, I can't remember a wedding my kids went to. The last one was my brother's wedding, and they've certainly never.
They were little.
Yeah, and they weren't part of a wedding. So to be such an important part of this will be really special, and I'm glad we're getting to give that to them.
Yeah.
You know, if we'd have done something else, they wouldn't have had that experience.
You are crushing this, by the way. Not today. I mean, that too.
Oh, thanks.
The wedding, I just want everybody to know, like, the amount of work you've done is insane. And the way you've kept me on task is also incredible. I have some guilt about that, about kind of getting scattered and being... I don't know that I've ever been overwhelmed with this process. It's the combination of...
Yeah, it's just a lot.
Living on the road for work.
Yeah.
Trying to build the network. Oh, by the way, you have a very time-consuming big job that you love, too, while we're trying to plan a wedding for 200 people and manage parenting and
kids,
parents and
college, everything.
Oh my gosh, and living in different places.
Mm-hmm.
What you have done, I have never seen a man more involved in anything. Through all my friends and like never. And
I
thank
just
you.
have work to do. We said stuff we got to get done.
We do. I don't know if we're sleeping between now the next 48 hours.
We have to get to sleep tonight.
I know. I always say sleep when you die, but now I feel like I'm going to die, so I need to sleep.
Sleep so you don't die. I think
Sleep so I don't die. Not
that's
yet.
the key.
Listen, we're spending all this money. We need to party and have fun
You
for a few years before I
imagine if you're
croak.
so tired that we can't
No, we
fall
have
asleep
to.
at the wedding.
But again, I need to emphasize, thank you so much for all that you've done.
Thank me, babe.
And for letting me have my little vision with, a lot.
You not from the beginning. I mean, it has evolved, but you have built just, I think, such an incredible 3 days. Like just the ideas that you have. Okay. But you are the visionary in this, and you've crushed it.
But your execution of it and communication, because sometimes the best communicators with microphones aren't the best communicators in other ways.
Yeah.
And I have a long list of things to work on. Do you realize that I'm still like a work in progress? Do you know that?
I've told you, you're perfect for me. You're perfect for me. So, all right, we're going to do two things that one you're familiar with, one you're probably less familiar. Well, I guess you're familiar with both of them. The first one is you get to ask me any two questions you want about anything.
Okay, you have had all this time to think about it, and then you're putting me on the spot.
This is what you did for a living, is roll with the punches and ask questions live. So start thinking about that. And then we're going to do word association. You've picked this little thing up, and I have a handful of people and things that I want to ask you about. And I am going to hold you to one-word answers. Then you can explain the answer if you want, but you have to give just a one-word answer.
Yeah, I haven't done a good job holding my guests to one word.
When you ask people this question, they just immediately start talking. And
I don't stop them.
It's not a word association. Okay, so which do you want to do first, my love?
No, you're in control. Which one do you want me to do first?
I want you to ask your questions first. Then we'll go
two?
Or one, whatever.
What is your favorite memory that we have created over the last 9.5 months?
Jeez.
Yeah.
Like
put me
you
on the
haven't
spot.
been thinking
Let's
about
go.
this.
I
You
have
haven't
not.
been thinking
I
about
have
this.
not been thinking about this.
Oh, wow. I have. I mean, there honestly, and this is not cliche.
It can't be the moment we got engaged.
No. I mean, that was awesome. Gosh, favorite memory. It's probably when you drove me to Key Largo. So when I came to Florida after Christmas, and I was going to do that bike ride from Key Largo to Key West, you and I drove from your parents' house, stopped at your condo so you could show it to me, and then we drove the rest of the way to Key Largo. And we talked to Courtney on the phone, and we just talked the whole time about, so many things, but it was middle of the night. We didn't get there till 10 or 11 o'clock at night.
Then you had to put your bike together.
I had to put my bike together, so we're in that crappy Airbnb that I rented.
I will say, was it an Airbnb?
I don't know what it was.
It was a roach motel.
It was bad.
It was a great start.
When I started playing this out, I didn't know that you would be there, so I was sort of like, I can sleep anywhere.
Yeah.
I've slept on the ground for years, like I can sleep anywhere. But it was a crappy hotel.
You always say, "Hey," from your time serving in Iraq.
Yeah.
Like, "Hey, I have a bed. I'm not getting shot at."
Yeah, at least
so
no one's
that was
shooting at me.
persuasive, and I'm like, "Okay, true. There's no bullets flying here, but there could be."
Yeah, it was a rough, it was a sketchy place. But we sat there, we got there, and it was probably 10 or 10:30. And I told you, I was like, I haven't put this bike together in a while. Like, you may see some frustration. Do you remember this? I was like, it could be frustrating. I was starving. You got food, and you just sat on the couch and watched me put it together. And it was probably midnight before I finished it. It was just such a cool thing. Yeah, but you I really wanted to do that. You knew I really wanted to do that, and I loved that you wanted to be a part of it, especially the beginning. And it was so cool to have you there before I left the next day and started riding, and I just loved it. It was great. Yeah, it was really great. I
loved that moment too, and I also loved you riding your bike for those next few days.
Yeah.
And it was really, I was excited for you. I was happy. I was, I taught you what it meant to share your location. Fortunately, you haven't stopped sharing since then, or else we might not be here right now.
I wouldn't.
And it was really cool for me to have someone to worry about again, to care about and to worry about and to track, and like praying as you went over that one bridge. What was that bridge?
7 Mile Bridge.
I was so worried. I was praying the whole time. So it was cool to have someone to care about again.
Yeah.
Yeah. Roach Motel. Yeah, love that. My second question, do you want that now? Or
Sure.
do you want
Yeah, if you have to.
what is your greatest hope for the next 38 and a half years?
Oh, wow.
There's a backstory to 38 and a half years,
Yeah.
but no one needs to know.
My greatest hope
For us.
for us. Honestly, it's just that our kids get to participate in the love that we have for each other, and they get to enjoy us together. Whether all 5 of them are together with us or different pockets, every time we're with them, you and me with one of mine, me and you with one of yours, or us with all of them, I just, I love it. Yeah. So I just want more of those.
Moments.
Yeah.
When we were growing up, and to this day, my dad, he might say this in his speech at the ceremony. My dad would always say, kids, this is a moment to remember. And we would roll our eyes. And now I'm like, we need to keep creating moments to remember. And I think we've already done that. And we'll continue to do that. Starting with
Tomorrow,
the ceremony on Friday. And every day after that. These are important moments for them to see, even the ones that aren't always fun or perfect.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, you've taught me a lot about appreciating and enjoying the moments. I think you're better at that than I am. Just appreciating it when you're in it. I mean, I want to get better at that. I think I do decent, but I would like to get a lot better at that. So, yeah, it's good questions. Where did you go to journalism school? How did you learn this? Okay, word association.
Yeah.
And you can't.
Okay, one word.
Yuck. Yeah.
Oh.
We're gonna start with the easy ones first.
Okay.
Quinn Bailey.
Fabulous. Spectacular, incredible, hysterical.
Yes.
Spirit animal.
Okay.
Quinn.
Fabulous.
Firstborn baby girl.
Yeah.
Fabulous.
Yeah. Colonel Steele.
He's my person. But he's like my rock. He's my protector. I'll say he's my first love. How about that?
Love it.
He's my first love.
Yep.
On my 16th birthday, he sent roses to the house. I thought they were from this boy who I loved, even though he'd never talked to me in my life. I was convinced they were from Reggie Long in Colorado Springs. He didn't know my name. And I opened it up and I was like, and my dad looked over at me and he said, I wanted to be the first man to ever send me flowers. My dad's my first love.
Yeah. I love that. Nicholas.
Oh, my Nicholas. This is very hard because there's so many adjectives to describe. the people that you love, you know?
Yeah.
My Nicholas is my the kindest soul. He's got the kindest soul of anyone I know.
Yeah.
And he's strong and what's that word? Intuitive.
Yeah, he is.
And he's an incredible young man. And the way he's become a man, I'm so impressed. I'm so proud of the man he is today at 21 and the man he will be for his wife someday, whoever that is. A lucky girl. Mm-hmm. And I will cut a woman who hurts him.
Here we go.
I will come after you. I'll go to jail. He doesn't need my help, but that young man is everything.
Yeah. Mona Steele. You knew this was coming.
I did. I think my mom is actually my true rock. And her strength that she's shown from day one. Mona, mom is my rock. And a funny, tough exterior, and she is a wuss deep down, but you just you'll never see it. She will cut someone who hurts me.
Yeah.
And has. Yeah, my mom is, I think we have best friends from different aspects of life. You are my best friend. My oldest daughter right now, Quinn, is my best friend, and I know I'm going to convince Evan to be my best friend someday too. She's 19, there. We're getting there. I'm going to make her be my best friend. And my mom.
Yeah.
Best friend.
Yeah, for sure.
Evelina. Oh. Physically, she's my mini me. You know? She's so principled.
She is.
God.
Justice. We talked about it.
She's so principled with a beautiful heart that she tries to hide.
Yeah.
And again, a caring soul. She's a great friend to people.
Yeah.
And tough as nails.
She is.
Yeah. If she's not an attorney,
I know.
someday, what a waste.
She'd be great.
Sometimes, even when I know that she's wrong, and I know I'm right, she'll make a point, and I'm like, yeah, can you give me a minute, Evan? I'll be right back. Think about this one. I'm like, you're wrong, but I get it. Now just go away. Just let me think about this, and I'm going to come back with a really good response in 5 minutes.
Yeah, she's sharp.
She's also a beautiful soul. Mm-hmm. And I think all three of my kids, like, they get me now. Now. They're not supposed to when they're young. I know my kids know that I've tried to do the right thing in every aspect, and I haven't always, I've failed at times, but they get me, they respect me.
Yeah.
And they love me, and I think they're all protective of me.
Yeah.
And that's why they love you, because they know that you're going to protect me.
Yeah.
So they are the reason why I know that I would never change anything on this journey, even though I'm sad I didn't get to do life with you earlier. They're the reason why I know I was right where I was supposed to be.
Yes, absolutely.
And they are the best.
They are.
The thing I'm the most proud of.
They're great.
Yeah.
November 12th.
Yeah, the day my life changed forever. So grateful for November 12th. And that God allowed me to be open in my heart enough to see you more than the hot, sexy man you are. To see you, to see your heart through just that one conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah, my life changed that night, and I knew it, but to think of where we are today, yeah, that wasn't one word.
It's been the most peaceful 10 months of my life, probably.
That's a lie. Peaceful is not the word.
I mean, chaotic is different.
Chaos.
Chaotic is different than peaceful. Chaos can just be things you have to do and places you have to go and whatever. But peaceful in that I'm with my best friend who loves me and encourages me. Like that. That is life-changing, you know?
I didn't know it could feel this way.
Yeah, me either.
I didn't know, you know? You hear about it and you're like, really? Both of us have beautiful examples.
Yeah.
October, my parents are married 54 years.
Yeah.
Years coming up on 52?
53.
Three?
Yeah. 52.
We have the best examples. And then, gosh, look at society and the divorce rate. It's ugly, you know? You think, well, maybe that's just back how it was back in the day. Like, I didn't know this existed. And I'm just so grateful that you have, you've been so patient with me when I didn't think I deserved that. I didn't say that out loud. I just was like, I know I'm a lot. I know my life is a lot. I know not everybody, like, I hadn't been around people who were proud to stand by my side. Even when it got, or especially when it got a little uncomfortable for whatever reason publicly. Yeah. Even before it got controversial.
Yeah.
And I got really used to being alone, which is a good quality.
Sure.
You don't need to always be with someone, but I just thought, I'm a lot, I'm too much. And I understand if a man doesn't want to go there. So I had not given up. I just had stopped looking.
Yeah.
Which is a key. And your patience with me and willingness to take me as is and do all 16 of those qualities I listed, only 9, to like buy in on that. The patience is what I'm amazed about with you, because I don't know that I would have been as patient with me. Yeah.
It's easy. I love you. So it's easy.
Are you sure you're ready for this?
I'm so ready. So ready. I have one more. You ready? Notwithstanding last weekend, Notre Dame.
This is so stupid.
Come on, it's not stupid.
So stupid.
Word association. Be careful.
Great uniforms.
Great uniforms.
I have some PTSD with Notre Dame, okay? No, listen. I know that if
Call it off.
I know that if I love you, which I do, then I have to love Notre Dame.
You do.
I do. The colors are the same as my first high school, green and blue, with some gold. And we are Catholic.
Yeah. And
Perfect.
You're part Irish.
And I'm a quarter Irish.
That's right.
Can you tell?
Yeah, I know. Yeah, totally.
Notre Dame. this is proof of how much I love you.
That's true. That's true. So I only had a couple more questions. Do you have time? You got anywhere to be?
Before Friday?
Yeah. So what is Whitney Houston's dream?
I hate you.
Come on.
Well, first of all, she's dead.
Oh, that's weird.
So annoying. You know what?
You liked it.
I liked what?
You thought that was funny.
It's not funny.
It was funny.
You know what else?
What?
Can you give me love for not editing that out with Dana? Because I could have.
Listen,
I could have edited it out.
You could have. You
And
are the most authentic and genuine person
I left
I know.
it in, and Dana still texts me once a month when it's another version of the clip goes viral again for the 800 millionth time. And I'm gonna say this one final time. At the beginning of the interview, I asked Dana what he was drinking, and it was one of Joe Rogan's drinks.
I know.
And that's how Joe got in my head. And I actually called Dana Joe towards the beginning of the interview too. No one caught it.
This is making my day. Yum, yum. We're going to leave that alone. Yum, yum. Thanks, Joe.
No.
Thanks, Joe.
No.
Thanks, Joe.
No.
And then at the end, you
Here we
go
are.
in for the grand finale. Yeah. Like, do you understand how that felt? Do you understand how I started sweating immediately? I was like, oh my God. Because obviously, but this is what I said to Dana, and he said he understood. I call my kids the wrong name. And
Yeah, all
I
the time.
gave birth to these
Yeah.
humans. So
And
like,
they
you're
look
like,
similar
Dana.
enough. It's reasonable.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I, to this day, still feel terrible, even though Dana's like, he's the one that was like, I think it's badass that you left it in because you could have edited it
Yeah.
out. I was like, no, you have to own it. You have to laugh at yourself.
Yeah,
and
you've owned
then
it.
anyway, what was Whitney Houston's dream? I don't know. I will say that I tried to, when I was in the 80s, I would take her album covers, the one of her, it's like an orange album cover, and then there's one of her with her hair all slicked back and
Yeah.
the white flowy. I would, because people told me I looked like her
Yeah.
back then. Not now, I guess. Well, she gone. But like, I would slick my hair back and then try to. And then I'm gonna dance with somebody. I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
So I think her dream would have been to
You don't really have to answer
sit
it.
down with Dana White and ask Dana White questions on a podcast and call him Joe Rogan. That would've
Yeah,
been it.
I agree.
Really?
All right.
Is that all you got?
No, listen. Thank you for doing this. I love you so much. I'm so excited to marry you. And I am genuinely so excited to see all of our friends and family together. It's going to be so much fun.
So you're showing up?
Yeah, I'll be there. What time is it? It's on Friday.
5 Central.
Okay, I'll be there.
Don't leave me at the
I
altar.
would never leave you.
I love you with all my heart. I'm so grateful that you took a chance on me and believe in me and love me the way you do and my babies. So thank you for this too, because long after we're gone, our kids will see this and roll their eyes at some of it for sure.
Well, you know they won't watch it before then because they don't watch
Yeah.
anything.
They don't watch anything we do, except if a friend calls and says, "Mom, what did you say about Donald Trump?" Mom, I'm like, just watch the show. Leave me alone. Honestly, Dave, you changed my life forever, and thank you for putting up with me, and thank you for loving me, and thank you for committing to the rest of your life with me. What a blessing.
I can't wait.
The list is going to grow longer, by the way.
Well, that's great. That's great.
I love you.
I
Thank you.
love you too.